Hey nerds! So for anyone that doesn't know, I am actually getting back into Final Fantasy XIV with the announcement of 6.1 being on April 12th. I actually didn't have a chance to look at the notes yet, so today I will be reacting to Zepla's look at the notes. I went through quite a few people. I didn't have a chance to look at the full notes myself or watch the live stream, which was a ton. So I tried to find the person who would be the least biased and talk about everything that's going to be going on for 6.1, and I'm super excited, so stay tuned. If you like the video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
So of course we are going to be getting lots of main story coming with the patch 6.1 called A Newfound Adventure, and in this JP interview from yesterday, Yoshi said that the devs were faced with the question of what's even left after the long journey that we went through in patch 6.0, and they wanted to deliver the message of there's still many new challenges lying ahead. There's still a lot left for you to explore and to be excited about. And he cited,
I mean, Emmett Selk did say that, I guess spoiler alert, at the end of, or towards the end of Endwalker, he's like, have you done this and this? Have you discovered this? And so obviously there's a lot more stuff. I'm excited to see where you go from here. It would be neat if you were a fresh adventurer and you were on your own rather than relying on the Scions for help, and you found new friends and such. So I'm excited to see what they say.
Star Wars as a reference for the starting point of this new saga that's starting with this patch. He said a direct, straight to the point, easy to digest starting point. And so as you adventure through these unexplored places, you will discover your next main objective. And they do plan to reveal what that is, and you're also not going to be completely cut off from all of the characters that you've met along the way, but it is going to be, like I said, a new saga starting now.
I like that.
There's a new role quest with an additional storyline that you can access only after finishing all of the existing Endwalker role quests, sort of like we had in Shadowbringers, so we'll probably...
I forgot to do the role quests. I was sort of doing them as I was going through Endwalker, but I was really excited about the Endwalker story, as I'm sure everybody was, and I stopped, and I started playing Guild Wars 2, to catch up with the story for that, for End of Dragons that just released. Also, link in the description if you want to check out Guild Wars 2. It's free for you and it supports me. But I have to finish them so that I can do these new role quests. So no.
Probably have some additional Endwalker lore there. And there's the new side quest series, Tataru's Grand Endeavor. Now this one's not actually coming out with the patch, but will release a little bit later in 6.1x. And that's because Yoshi said it might throw you off a little bit if you do this side quest concurrently with the new main scenario quest. Tataru's Grand Endeavor is intended to thank all of the NPCs who have contributed to the stuff that happened in 6.0. So if you've played in 6.0,
cool.
You know what this is referring to. And the scale of this side quest is similar to the experience that you had with building a Talos back in Shadowbringers. And since this is all about thanking all the people that helped you along the way and helped you in 6.0, there are some conditions attached. So if you didn't complete the Four Lords side quest, for example, from Stormblood, then those NPCs are not going to appear in the side quest. So doing old side quests will unlock more story within the new Tataru's Grand Endeavor side quest series.
I like that. It gives more relevance to old content. It was kind of like having to go back and do the raid before Shadowbringers to get everything for the Crystal Tower, and really understand and have certain voice lines for Grahatia. And then in Endwalker, before you actually set off on your, grand adventure, getting everyone together and having like all of these, all of these different people band together for the cause. If you didn't do, like, all of the quest and role quests and level up jobs for, like, White Mage and Black Mage, like, you didn't get all of the extra dialogue for everyone being hyped up, too. So that's really cool.
So basically, you need to go back and do every quest, dungeon, trial, and raid, and side quest in the whole game before you do this.
So you have a lot to do before 6.1, which is the 12th, by the way.
Patch 6.15. And Yoshi said it's going to be very silly. It's going to mark the beginning of a new saga for Hildebrand.
Yay!
And there's going to be new quests to the Omega storyline. So if you haven't finished the Omega raids, you're going to want to do that now. New custom delivery quests are going to be added in 6.15 for Emiliance. So yes, it's confirmed that you will be able to dress her up however you wish.
Yay!
When you're done with those quests.
Oh my god. We get Pretty Mom and we get to dress her up. That's cool. And I do like that there is stuff for Omega as well, because there's allusions to Omega in the Endwalker story as well, right? Right before you get to the boss battles and everything. So that's a lot of fun too.
This new dungeon, I think you can see it in the patch trailer. It certainly looks Abnerian.
Yeah,
There's
it
like
looks
gold
awesome.
and treasure laying around. So I think it's a treasure hunting type adventure lore-wise that we're going on. One of the bosses will be turning your Mikotes in your party into little Puritos. New Unreal trial will be Ultima's Bane Unreal, and Yoshi said that there will be new rewards for the Unreal this time that are going to be better, so that's good. I know I complained a lot about Unreal rewards in the past.
A lot of people complained.
Originally, though, they actually wanted to pick one of the Warring Triad primals, like Sophia's or
Oh, that would have been cool, too.
But they decided to go with Ultima because they felt with the refresh of the Realm Reborn content that we're getting in this patch, it would be more fitting. Though I wonder if by not picking a Warring Triad primal, they managed to sever a time. As for the new Extreme Trial that will be added, it is the Extreme Trial version of the final story boss of Endwalker. So when Yoshi P was showing us the arena, he said to look away if you haven't finished Endwalker. And so considering all that, I'm going to put this section at the end of the video about this Extreme Trial. So please reference the video chapters to see it. Now patch 6.1 will also give us the new Alliance raid, Myths of the Realm, Part 1. Now it looks absolutely spectacular. He did show us a little bit of the interior of the raid, and we can kind of hear some relaxing music.
It looks gorgeous.
This Alliance raid, he said, does share story elements with the epilogue of the Hydaelyn Zodiarch saga. So you'll be exploring the 12 and the old history of Eorzea. Very interesting.
And this was what I didn't see before I did my reaction to the trailer. And I was like, oh my gosh, that looks like Suzaku. And everybody was like, no, that's this person. And then there's Baragat. And yeah, so the 12. That's awesome. This looks really pretty.
I wonder what exactly that means, where exactly we will go to do this content. Yoshi said that it might feel similar in terms of overall play feel to Return to Ivalice, actually.
Oh,
and that is a little bit concerning because it looks like, according to the patch trailer, like you are going to be encountering another thunder god. Another god associated with lightning.
People like still can't do the thunder god in the Ivalice raid, so good luck.
And so I don't know how many of you remember what Thunder God was like on release for Ivalice.
Oh, not release, but even now.
Maybe Byragot can
even now people can't do it.
I do see him in the patch trailer. You see his hammers with his symbol on them. You also can see Ralgur the Destroyer. That's the aspect of lightning god, patron god of monks. You see his big ass fist punching through the whole arena. And I see Azema, the warden. I'm sure that's her. And I see scales of Nald Thal. Nald Thal being the twin god of commerce and the afterlife. Nald is for the living. Thal is for the dead. Though I do remember at a fan fest, Koji Fox once admitted that he split Nald Thal into Nald and Thal so that he could get the phrase Thal's balls into the game. That's a true story. They did show us the new gear from these Alliance raids on pieces of paper, yes, and in this case it's kind of bad because they're really bright and a bit hard to see, but yeah, the tank set has a see-through cape, which I think is really cool. That's a Viera, by the way. You can see with a new hairstyle. Well, it's not a new hairstyle, but it's new to Viera. Haven't seen that available to Viera yet.
That's nice, finally.
So that's cool. I personally really like the tank set and caster and healer sets. Like, it's obvious that those are for caster and healer.
Those are really nice.
So, as for the Dragon Song War Ultimate Raid, it's going to release 2 weeks after patch 6.1 in patch 6.11. And the weapons will, as
So everyone
always,
will be
have
happy
some
about that
cool
too.
special effects. He said these are going to be really standout, awesome special effects on the weapons. And, however,
Oh no.
however, it better be awesome because he warned us that unless you are a world first raider, this is going to take you about 4 to 5 months to prog and clear this fight. Now, if you're a casual and you have the attitude of, oh, let's just take it easy and clear, well, you can up that estimate to 7, 8 months. Who knows?
It's supposed to be hard.
It's going to take you half a year.
There are people who like waited to do ultimate until like right before the stat squish. So I mean, or like waited to do it until they saw other people do it and then realized that if they were better than Rich, they could do it. So
he did say that there's going to be mechanics that'll make you say, I understand how this works, but I can't get past it. It's not going to be so much of riddle solving and like once you figured out the puzzle, then it's pretty much like easy to go through it.
Right.
It's more going to be just hitting this wall, I guess, where you're just going to have to get good to get past it. So it's going to be absolutely brutal content. Now, a second ago, I think we saw
I think that's fun.
At a new hairstyle that might be available for Vieira soon. But they also showed us new hairstyles for Hrothgar. Unfortunately, their ears are missing in all of them. Like, they showed us several.
I actually did see this, and I'm kind of concerned because how many people have been asking for the hairstyles for Vieira and Vieira to be able to wear hats, and then the hairstyles for Hrothgar. And I sort of understand the ear thing. Like, I don't know if they're... Especially if there's an issue with clipping. I honestly... A lot of people said that it could be an April Fool's joke, and I hope it is, but I don't think it is. And I honestly think that there should be someone who, like, plays Hrothgar and has actually looked at glamour and such for Hrothgar and hairstyles and tried to match it, and how they feel about the Hrothgar character design in general and how they feel about these hairstyles, because it kind of looks like a cop-out from things that are already in the game and they're not Hrothgar-specific hairstyles, and so I think that kind of stinks. And it seems like the way they're implementing it this way is a little bit of fan service, but kind of a half-assed fan service. So I don't know. What do you guys think?
Several different ones, and none of them have ears showing.
Yeah.
Yoshiki said that the ears were hiding underneath the hair, but I really don't think that flies here because
No.
none of these hairstyles are like poofy enough for that to make any sense.
Right.
So, yeah, I saw some people asking if this was an April Fool's Day joke.
I hope so.
But I do not think it is. The new Beast Tribe quests are for the Arcasadra, and their mount appears to be a
I was hoping they would be a Beast
carriage.
Tribe.
So
And that's really
what you get
cool.
for
I like
helping
it.
The elephants. The little
I like that better
autonomous
than the Chocobo
I guess after
carriage.
you complete enough tusks for them. He also showed us some other mounts. So there's the troll mount.
That's cool
That is
too.
not from
Look at
Beast
it.
Tribe quest. It's just from somewhere else. Of course, we didn't want to specify.
And it fly. Look at it
But
fly.
it is a video game, so finding a troll shouldn't be too hard. Another mount, the bird that we had seen in Zadnor, I think, as a Fate boss. But that was the last expansion, so it's not going to be from Zadnor. It's not going to be from Zadnor. Also, a dino with a canopy and the pod, the near pod mount that people have been asking for ever since the near raids released. So that's awesome. I wonder.
That is a
he
scary
said it's
mount.
easy to obtain. So I wonder if he's going to stick it in the near raids. I'm not sure. We'll see.
That would
As
make
for minions,
sense.
we saw a cheap little toy car. Looks like Nero driving it. There's a minion that looks like it's from the dungeon. Looks like one of the dungeon bosses from the
Also
patch
cute.
trailer. Dreadnought, a kangaroo, a little Pomeranian type little pupper, and a booby. Can I show a booby on YouTube? We're doing it. There's a new idle
job.
pose for holding your parasol, which looks a lot better, but is not going
That's
to help
cute,
with
too.
getting the rain off of your head.
No.
New fashion accessory of glasses and sunglasses too. Though sunglasses, Yoshimi was like, that doesn't look like a healer that would heal you right. It's like
I mean, that looks like Nero as well. Those look like Nero's sunglasses.
the sunglasses from so much glare. They showed us a new glamour set, but it was really hard to see on the
White shoes and the white pants on a white piece of paper in the lights. I really wonder how much of this was like is being implemented, but how much of it was a joke.
White paper that it was printed out on. So I would keep checking the special site for 6.1. Sometimes they like to post the renders on there before the patch. So just keep an eye on the special site. Maybe you'll be able to see it better there. I'll link to that below, or maybe on the FF14 Instagram. They post on there sometimes. There's a new feature that's only available in the inn where you can preview items in the box station, how they will look on your character. Now, a few weeks ago, Yoshi said that he didn't really want to implement this feature. And he knows that there are some players who would go so far as to say, let me buy this in the game. But he really doesn't want to put the cash shop in the game. The new Ishgard housing. So there is a detailed explanation of how the new purchase system will work.
Oh, I forgot there was a new purchase system.
I'm going to link to that below. I'll also link to the clip where I went over that with everybody on stream. But in short, the lottery system for house purchasing is going to be added to all of the residential districts, not just Ishgard.
Oh, good.
And so you will just go to the plot you want, put your money in the placard, and pray. And so you are no longer, like the days of the desperate measures, if you're just sitting at your computer clicking nonstop and not getting up to go eat or sleep or use the bathroom, just crouching over a bucket. Those days are over.
So it's kind of like an auction system. That's actually really cool. I like that. I like that a lot.
Extremely excited about this feature. It looks very cool. This is a highly customizable character portrait, and you can unlock all kinds of different frames and backgrounds and stuff from just doing content.
Those are
I think
cute.
there's an ultimate frame that you can unlock for yourself, and you can pose your character for it. There has like a little bit of a G-pose type system within it, built in, that you can use to pose your character for the portrait. Basically, it's amazing, and I think it's going to be a huge time sink for a ton of people.
I was just going to say that.
One thing that was extremely cool is that you can see other people's adventure plates in PvP when you load into the match. So I think that's a really good segue into our next section where I'll show you the clip where you can see the other people's plates. So yes, the new PvP Crystalline Conflict, that's the name of the new PvP mode. It looks really good. It was very fun to watch Yoshi P do this. It's basically Overwatch, and all the job actions for PvP have been completely changed. Like, everything's changed. Every job has its own personal limit break now.
I have to look at those too.
We saw what looks like a white mage death laser in the patch trailer. I think in the match that Yoshi P did on stream, you can see him getting deleted by a white mage blasting him with the death laser. And I also saw in the patch trailer what looks like a dancer charm ability, which is like peak dancer job fantasy for me. And it's also exciting to see some more crowd control abilities coming into play and being important for PvP. So I'm super hyped on this. Rival Wings, by the way, is going to be on hiatus till patch 6.1 for balancing them. Yep. Crystalline Conflict is a 5v5 match where you just get on the point. You get on the payload. Like in Overwatch, and it's very fast paced. It's only
That's
5
actually
minutes
really cool.
per
I like that
match,
idea.
and you can sprint as much as you want until you cast a spell or a skill, until you attack. And I will link to the point in the VOD in the description box where Yoshi started the match with the dev team. So if you want to just watch the 5-minute match, you can. But they did not go easy on him at all. Here is the mildly spoilery section that I saved for the end of this video to talk about the new.
I think I already know who it's going to be because of that.
But Singer's Aria. So Yoshi P got in the game, and he showed us around the arena a little bit, and he said this battle is about true hope versus true despair. That is, the concept for the battle is crushing hope with overwhelming despair. With that in mind, some of the mechanics in this extreme will tread on savage level difficulty. And if players complain that it's too hard, Yoshi P will just say, I'm sorry, but this is the last boss. And so, yes, he's prepared to tell people to deal with it. Just get good, get better. But you do get 2 totems for clearing this fight.
That.
So I'm really looking forward to it. As for the
they need to do that for Guild Wars too.
So data center travel will be available in patch 6.18. Cross-region travel will be locked, though, so there's still not going to be EU to NA yet. But Yoshi P did say that he wants to add cross-region travel. But first, he's just going to take it slow, do this, like, see how things go bit by bit. I think that's the right way to handle it, because there are some cultural considerations at play. People who play on different data centers might play the game in different ways and have different player etiquettes. So
Sure. And then the time
it's
difference,
better
that
to
makes
sort of
sense.
monitor the situation and not overwhelm people with a dramatic shift.
All in all, this is a lot of content that looks really incredible. I will have to look at things a bit more in depth, and I'm really excited. Again, it comes out the 12th, which is going to be tough because the due date for my baby is the 16th, so it could literally be any day now. We'll see. I could possibly even go into labor before having this video go live. I don't know. But I do plan on streaming this, so make sure that you check out the description and check out the links there, especially my Twitch. So once I'm able, I will let you guys know, and I will be streaming it. So very excited, and thank you guys for hanging out.